The Great Hall of the Galaxy Council was silent. Thousands of alien eyes watched as the human delegation entered. The shining floor reflected their steps, echoing through the chamber like thunder. No one spoke. Everyone had heard stories about humans. Brave, unpredictable, dangerous. Commander Ryan Hale walked at the front, calm but alert. His eyes scanned the hall filled with strange creatures. Tall beings of crystal, winged diplomats, and creatures that glowed like fire. The air was heavy with tension. Even the walls seemed to listen. At the center stood the Supreme Chancellor, an alien with silver skin and eyes like glass. His voice echoed. Humans have caused enough chaos. The Council demands that Earth surrender all outer colonies. For peace, the word peace hung in the air like a lie. Ryan did not answer. Behind him, his assistant, Dr. Lyra, looked nervous. Every human in the room could feel it. This was not a negotiation. It was an order. Ryan finally spoke, his tone quiet but sharp. Peace is not built by chains. Whispers spread through the chamber. The Chancellor's eyes narrowed. You refuse the will of the Council? Ryan looked around the hall, meeting the eyes of dozens of alien leaders. Then he said, You fear what you cannot control. At that moment, the lights flickered. A strange vibration passed through the floor. The sound of distant thunder rolled across the chamber, though there was no sky here, only stars beyond the glass walls. Something powerful was coming. And everyone felt it. The Council did not yet know. This was the beginning of humanity's greatest defiance. The meeting ended in chaos. Guards surrounded the humans, their energy weapons glowing blue. Commander Ryan Hale stood still, his hands at his sides, calm like a man who already knew what would happen next. Around him, the alien council shouted. Some demanded his arrest, others called for silence. High above, hidden cameras streamed the moment across the galaxy. Billions watched as humans stood alone against every known race in the stars. Behind Ryan, Dr. Lyra held a small communicator under her sleeve. She whispered quietly, Signal ready. Her voice trembled, but her eyes were steady. Outside the Council planet, far beyond the glowing rings, human Fleet Alpha waited in dark silence. Ships the size of cities floated behind a shadow moon, their engines off, their weapons cold, waiting for a single word. Extraction. Inside the chamber, the Supreme Chancellor stepped closer. Your kind cannot rule themselves, he hissed. You are a danger to peace. Ryan's reply was calm but cold. Peace for you means control. We will not kneel. Suddenly, red alarms flashed through the hall. The Chancellor turned sharply. What is this? Who activated? The floor shook. The stars outside flickered as enormous shadows appeared in orbit. Human ships uncloaked, surrounding the Council world like a silent storm. Ryan looked up toward the ceiling, as if he could see through it. A faint smile touched his lips. Too late, he whispered. Dr. Lyra pressed the final button. Every communication channel in the galaxy went silent for 3 seconds. And in those 3 seconds, every alien leader realized the humans were no longer at the table. They were taking control of the sky. Alarms still echoed through the council hall. Red lights flashed across the glass ceiling, painting every alien face in fear. The sound of heavy footsteps grew louder as security guards rushed inside. Commander Ryan Hale did not move. He stood in the middle of the chaos, calm like a statue among storms. The Supreme Chancellor shouted, Commander Hale, you will stay until this crisis is under control. Ryan turned slowly. It already is, he said quietly. His voice was calm but carried through the hall like thunder. Behind him, the human delegation rose from their seats. They moved together, silent and sure. Every camera in the chamber followed their steps. Across the galaxy, millions of beings watched the broadcast, unsure what they were seeing. A rebellion or a moment in history. The Chancellor pointed toward them. If you walk out now, you doom your entire race. Ryan paused at the massive golden doors. His words were steady. We already tried peace. Now we choose freedom. The doors opened with a low metallic hum. A gust of cold air entered the hall. For a brief second, everyone in the room felt it. A strange mix of fear and respect. Outside, the skies above the council planet burned with light. Dozens of human ships hovered silently in formation. Their engines glowed like suns. Ryan looked up at them and whispered, Hold your fire. Then he and his team stepped aboard their transport. The engines roared to life, shaking the city. As the ship lifted into orbit, the entire galaxy trembled, and in that moment, every alien race understood. Humanity had just walked out of the galaxy's control. High above the Council world, the human fleet formed a silent wall of steel. Giant ships drifted in perfect order, their hulls glowing with pale blue light. From orbit, they looked like stars, but every one of them carried the power to destroy a planet. Commander Rian Hale stood inside the command room of his flagship, Horizon 1. The dark glass windows showed the endless black of space and the frightened lights of alien ships retreating from orbit. His officers waited for orders, hands tense over glowing control panels. "Hold position," Ryan said softly. "No one fires unless I say so." The humans had not come for war. They had come for respect. But the galaxy did not understand that. On the Council world, alien leaders argued in panic. "We must attack before they strike," one shouted. "They will destroy us all," cried another. The Chancellor slammed his hand on the table. "No one moves until I give the command." But fear had already taken control. Across the stars, alien fleets began to gather. Massive ships from dozens of species jumped into nearby systems. The galaxy was preparing for battle. Meanwhile, deep in human space, hidden stations came alive. The Solaris Defense Network, a secret system built in silence, started to hum with energy. Hundreds of orbital cannons powered up. AI-controlled satellites locked onto potential threats. Dr. Lyra watched the data streams with wide eyes. "They're coming for us," she whispered. Ryan nodded, his voice steady. "Then let them come. They'll finally see who we are." Outside, the stars flickered as thousands of ships entered warp. The storm was no longer gathering. It had already begun. The galaxy had chosen war. Dozens of alien fleets appeared from hyperspace, surrounding human territory like a closing fist. The stars filled with battleships, glowing engines, roaring cannons, endless signals of fear and pride. Inside Horizon 1, Commander Ryan Hale watched the radar. The screen flashed red with incoming enemies. Dr. Lyra stood beside him, her voice calm but her eyes anxious. "They're moving to attack," she said. Rian nodded slowly. "Hold the line. We don't shoot first." Moments later, the first alien commander sent a transmission. "Human vessels, power down your weapons and surrender immediately. Resistance will mean extinction." Rian looked directly into the camera. "We came for peace. You came for control. Let history decide who is right." The alien fleet opened fire. Beams of light ripped across space, crashing against human shields. Explosions flashed like small suns. For a moment, the galaxy burned. Then the human ships responded, not with chaos, but with precision. Energy nets, EMP blasts, and disabling drones spread across the battlefield. Alien weapons went silent one by one. Command ships lost control. Systems went dark. Inside the Council Hall, the Supreme Chancellor watched the live feed in disbelief. "Impossible," he whispered. "They're not destroying, they're disabling us." Ryan's voice echoed across every open channel. "We will not destroy you, but we will not bow to you either." The fighting stopped. Silence spread through the stars. For the first time, the galaxy realized humanity wasn't seeking power, they were seeking respect. And as the last alien ship powered down, one truth became clear. The humans had not conquered the galaxy. They had earned its fear. Silence spread through the galaxy like a deep breath after a storm. The battles had ended. The stars that once burned with explosions now glowed calm and cold. Broken ships drifted quietly, reminders of what pride could destroy. Inside the grand hall of the Galaxy Council, the lights were dim. The seats of alien leaders stood empty. Only one figure entered through the wide metallic doors, Commander Ryan Hale. His footsteps echoed across the chamber that once judged him. He carried no weapon. Only a small flag of Earth rested in his hand. He walked to the center table where the great debates once took place. Dust floated in the air, lit by soft beams of light. He placed the flag down and said quietly, "We never wanted to rule. We only wanted to stand equal." From the shadows, a few alien diplomats appeared, their faces weary, their eyes uncertain. One of them, a tall being of blue light, spoke slowly. "The galaxy feared you." Ryan looked at him and replied, "Then maybe it's time the galaxy learned to understand us." A soft hum filled the hall as communication screens lit up. Planets, stations, and colonies watching across the stars. For the first time, the message of humanity was clear. Peace without chains, freedom without fear. Outside, the human ships drifted away from the Council planet, leaving only silence behind. Dr. Lyra watched from orbit and smiled faintly. "Do you think they'll ever trust us?" she asked. Ryan looked at the endless stars. "They don't have to trust us," he said. "They just have to remember us." And in that quiet moment, the galaxy did. A new dawn had begun. The age of humanity.